Hi. Today I'd like to show you one of the first phonographs ever made that was coin operated. It was made in 1897 and it's called the Columiba Graphophone, and it's made by the Columiba Graphophone Company. 1897, it uses a 5-cent piece to wind up, and it has a horn for amplification. We'll show you what that does later. And we'll take it off because I'm going to show you the insides. This is the signboard. It identifies what song you're listening to. If this particular one is generic, it just says listen to a popular tune. And I must tell you that the original phonographs did not have horns. They used listening tubes, rubber listening tubes, and went on like this. You put the earpieces over your ears, and you could hear the songs. But this was very unsanitary. They offered napkins and towels so that the patrons could wipe off the hearing tubes. But so they went to horns so more people could hear them. And here is the graphophone. It has a curved glass top, has glass sides. The top opens up. Has a coin slot over here where the coin goes, and the front opens up too. It's locked, but we unlocked it so that you can see it. This is where the motor is, spring-operated motor. The recordings back then were not done with electricity. There was no amplification. It was strictly shouting through a horn, and the horn did the amplifying. An artist would typically make the same record over and over and over, maybe 30 or 40 times in a day, and it would be very boring. He would get paid maybe $20, $25 for the job, because in those days they did not have molded cylinders where you could make a mold and press them over and over and over. But that was up until 1902. In 1902 they came out with this type of cylinder. It was the first molded cylinder of its day. It's pink, and they call it a pink Lambert cylinder because it's made by the Lambert Phonograph Company. And these molded cylinders revolutionized the industry, where an artist, a band, or an orchestra would not have to play the same song over and over and over. They made maybe 3 or 4 takes of it, and then they recorded them. Here we have the needle. Needle sits on top of the cylinder. The cylinder turns around at about 120 to 160 revolutions per minute, depending upon the company that made the records. When the needle gets to the end of the cylinder, there is a little projection here, a little metal bar that's sticking out. When the needle hits the metal bar, you're going to see that the needle slide back, like this, back to the beginning, and the machine will automatically stop. Show you the coin slot where the money goes. It's this particular machine takes 5-cent pieces, and the money goes down through the slot, ends up in this little bin, which of course has a lock on it. I'm going to put it back together to show you, and put the signboard back on, and the horn for amplification. Before I put the coin in, I'm going to tell you that this crank, you crank it for 14 counts. It's set to just go for 14 counts. If it goes any more, you would break the spring. So what happens after 14 counts, there's a clutch that goes in, that kicks in, and it just slips, so you won't damage the instrument. I'm going to count to the 14, so you'll be able to see when the clutch slips in. Put the money in the slot. Money goes down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and that's it. Now it's slipping. You're going to hear it announce the Alakazam March, a xylophone solo. Enjoy. there you have it. Came to the end, and it stops, goes back to the beginning to take your 5 cents again and play the same song over again. The 1897 Columiba Graphophone coin-operated phonograph. We hope you enjoyed it.